It took me longer than I would like to admit to find something to eat today. Hey Hydra, enjoy the lurk. But in the end I wound up cleaning up one of the things in my freezer. The problem is that a lot of what I have is stuff that needs to be heated up, and it was just so damn hot today. Like, my AC unit is not keeping up. Actually, come to think of it. Move for a second, move for a second. Is part of the reason why this isn't freaking cooling off enough because you freaking... Is it because you did the thing? You dopus? Oh, you're climbing up there. I think that part of the reason why my AC unit has not been working very well is because this little fucker, I think, put her blanket too close to the intake on the thing, so it wasn't getting any air from the inside. Why is it that anytime I pick you up, you decide that you want to go onto the back of my chair? But yeah, I freaking... I didn't get up until, like, 5 something because... when I walked out, in order to... So, I have the AC unit in my room. And obviously one here in the office. So, it's able to keep that room cool. This room is a little bit more iffy because... it's also fighting against the window. And I think that there might be something up with the AC unit itself. It doesn't seem to cool the room off as well as it used to. Which is weird because the other one's much older. So I'd figure that'd be the one that's, like, giving troubles? I don't know. But... give me one second, I gotta check something, actually. But I walked out, or let me actually continue the story. I walked out in order to take Ray to work. And I'm like, this fucking sucks. It's really fucking hot out here. Like in the living room. Okay, I have time. I was worried that I had freaking... forgotten the deadline on one of the... on something. I need to freaking... mark this... so that it goes up there. So I actually remember to take care of that later. But, So yeah, I wanted to I wanted to chill. Because I knew that if it was that bad at like 1, it was going to be even worse in the later part of the day. Because most of my windows face the sun, so for like the majority of the day. So until the sun goes back behind the tree line, I just am suffering. And the worst part is that we got a hot front. Because there was rain inbound. And there was a few bits of rain when I was taking care of things this morning. But there's a hot front because of the rain. The rain didn't come along to wash away the hot front. So I just ate shit. Alright. Let us get to game. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting, because I gotta take care of my morning stuff. Yes, anime. Anime on anime. I'm deaf! I always forget that this game, even when you change the audio settings, does not actually change the volume of the intro. I do kind of wish that going back into areas didn't, like, send you back through the cutscenes. I don't want to freaking have to chance. Bad group of spawns, right off the bat. Please don't be indicative of the rest of the day. That's an Alice, I'll take that. I was too close to the edge. All Mystias. Oops, all Misty is. Do you mind? Hey. 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 You're better than your sister. You should be better than your sister. Do not lay on my arm when I need it. A kiss at the forehead. Yeah, you can lay against my arm all you want. That's fine. Apache, I'll take that. Ooh, and Alice, that's even better. Patchy has more one-hit potential. The problem is that I do have to get lucky with her. With her crystal pulls. I grabbed that. Thank you. Good. Marissa's the only one I know of that's fast enough to be able to avoid that attack, like without having to I walked into it, I'm a fool! And Oku isn't terrible to get. That is, I think, actually a raisin, isn't it? That is a raisin. Raisin's fine for standard combat. For bosses, she is not the play. Alright, I'll take an Oku. Ahem. I'll take an Oku. Actually, I think that... no. It feels like... it's times like this that I really feel the hurt of not being able to just up damage output flat out. Really bad spot. Yeah, Oku does not have enough ammo. She hits hard, but she also has a very low ammo capacity. So unless I get some of the green, or not green. Well, I mean, I think I get refilled. Unless I get some items, I freaking am not gonna have the ammo to deal. Alice is probably one of my better pulls. She's not like a freaking... cannon or anything, but she does hit consistently enough. The problem with these is that oh! I thought I'd moved. Cherno? Is it really only a Cherno? No, that was an item. I don't care about the item. Two items. Fuck yourself. Mistia. I'll take an Alice. I'm surprised I'm alive! Oh my god. That was a really bad set of spawns for the actual gaps. They were very much in the if you don't freaking have enough room to back away while you're moving, you're doomed. I didn't move in time. I thought I could get 2 hits in. Only a Cherno. Reset that. 2 Alices. I only need 1. some bad damage output, but it doesn't matter as much.
Another Alice, Sanoku. I think that's just a points item up there. Damn it. I got hit, so I freaking... What in God's green earth, dude? I don't know if it's reacting to what I'm actually picking up, or... Because I'm still getting a lot of Mystias and Chernos is the thing, but I am getting more consistent Alices, it feels like. Speaking of Chernos. Oh, I'm in a really bad spot. I really would like my health to regen real quick here. Oh! Success! Where's the third gem? There's the third artifact. Whew. Yeah, you're quite strong. It was me who lost the battle. Your strong determination is admirable. So you willing to tell us the truth? Yes. And you won't doubt if we're phantoms? It's not important whether you're phantoms or not. There's not much difference between phantoms and the original ones. What matters most is your heart. So what's the reason behind your resolve wanting to solve this incident? By the way, Tenchi, even if you didn't do a thing, Reimu will eventually solve the incident. In the beginning, I simply wanted to participate in this incident for fun, but after meeting these phantoms and starting to understand them gradually, I just couldn't help myself to know how they're in it. But, okay. I couldn't help myself but know what their ending will be. It's grammatically incorrect, regardless, but... So I really want to know the ending of these souls, which once lived in another world vividly and substantially before. That one is... That one has to be a direct translation thing. That is... I don't know how to fix that one. So I really want to know the ending of these souls, which lived in another world.
vividly and substantially before they disappear, I guess?
A good reason. Alright then, I'll tell you what I've known. Not long ago, Remus sought me out for help and requested me to purify Jinsokyo. As you may have realized, everything in Jinsokyo is changing little by little due to the incident, even as we speak. That's right, my home always explodes without rhyme or reason, and Saki is getting more and more stern.
Doesn't the Scarlet Devil... The Scarlet Devil Mansion is one of, like, the 3 buildings in fiction that blows up weekly. Got the Scarlet Devil Mansion. We've got the Millennium Tower. What was the third? What is the third building that explodes all the time? I guess it's not weekly in the Millennium Tower's case. The Millennium Tower's like every like year or something. Granted, I don't think that any I don't think that Infinite Wealth or Majima's actually took any time in Kamurocho, so I think the Millennium Tower didn't explode in either of the most recent ones. What is the third building that always explodes? I don't know. Must not be important to me, at least.
Master's beginning to enjoy testing drugs on me too.
I thought she already did.
Al starts reading the strange books sometimes. Iku treats me more and more harshly. Why do I enjoy it?
Oh, that's our real masochist. We didn't have Sanene here, so we had to hand Tenchi the masochist stick for this.
Purification can stop all changes in Jinsokyo temporarily. When the purification process is complete, Reimu will then seal Jinsokyo. Reimu didn't tell me the meaning of sealing, but she seems to suggest the incident would be solved by sealing Jinsokyo.
Jinsokyo is already sealed! What?
How about the phantoms? What consequences will be brought to Jinsokyo by sealing?
What? What about the phantoms and what consequences will sealing bring? She looks... Her proportions make her look smaller than I'm used to for her. She also doesn't have the massive boobs that I'm used to. Like, this Junko looks like freaking teenage Junko or something. Which is really odd because she's like one of the 3 characters in the entire... series that are like canonically freaking more human and old. Okay, I say more human, but you get the idea. Her appearance actually reflects her age. Because she's a mom who freaking then had her kid murdered.
Phantoms will disappear, maybe. I don't know. However, should be in this gap which she sent me. Rainbow should be in the gap that she sent me through. You should be able to find her there. Okay, I've seen this gap before. Now the final battle's coming. Wonder how the ending will be like. I don't know. I don't know if I get to choose which ending I get or not. Apparently there are 2 endings. Ah, you survived the fight. Fairly. Barely, I'm assuming is what that's supposed to be. I have been half dead after this fight. She's so bad. After she loses the fight, she laughed and said, were you happy? Now I lost and you won. She didn't say that. How can a loser say that? She was happier than me. It's good you won. But it's good you won, so don't consider anything else. What do you think of your trip? Proves my hypothesis this incident is caused by the outer world. Outside world. Though I have this though I had this hypothesis before this trip. So what we called seal should refer to... Are they implying that this is before Jinsokia was actually sealed away? But why is the outer world able to influence us, even produce the illusions? And the characters and background of these illusions are not a product of coincidence. Jinsokia is a place where those things that are forgotten by people are collected. Anyway, I was impressed by the efforts of these people and the concern for them. I won't waste their efforts. Jinsokia is still a paradise. Hopefully a Hakure shrine can choose... Hopefully the Shrine Maiden can make the right decision, or I'll have to teach her a lesson. There's no right or wrong. It's okay if you choose the way you like. The next fight may be the final, also most difficult one. Keep it up. Most difficult one? Junko's freaking was a... As long as she doesn't have the, like, wishy-washy freaking wave attack that Junko had. What the fuck is going on here? So you see it. Isn't it miraculous? It's amazing, isn't it? You also know this trick, don't you? Thought only Black Sakia is good at it. You've taken me for Alice Necro? Oh, so she can turn her doll. She can cast illusions on her dolls then. I'm guessing that Necro is like commenting on her color palette or something.
Can you get off of my phone charger? Why do you want to be here? I'd figure that you'd want to be in front of the AC unit. Yeah. Stinky, noisy, bitchy lady. The left one's joking too much to be the real Alice. Marissa should get her wrong. Attention, you. Oh, you must be joking again. There's so many different qualities that the dressing can't make up for that. After all, it's Marissa. Oku? Yes? Marissa's made the correct choice, so you can leave now with your power. Alice, you're worrying too much. How could I make the wrong choice? Trust me that I can see no trust between them. Why is Oku's power useful here? Because Oku was going to be told to freaking annihilate Marissa if she freaking chose wrong. Oop. Is it really that obvious? To put it another way, Alice is like a time bomb while you're like a ready to explode one. In neither way does it sound pleasing. Gonna kill me. Wait a moment. Since you'll pay for the barbecue party next door, go ahead and have a look. Alright, I heard nothing. I hadn't decided to treat them. What am I doing here? I mean, the god of no. It depends on which... I guess it depends on which version of the story you go with. I can't believe it took me this long to figure out that there was an area down here. I wonder how many times there was people down here. Like when I couldn't find them anywhere else. Because there's a Kokoro down here now. No, I can respect it. As a washed-up entertainer myself, I can definitely respect wanting to do as good as you can for your, audience. Monk like me will be a party spoiler. Listen, if I know anything about... Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on which version of you they're using. Because Because I've definitely seen versions where Byakuren is able to actually enjoy a good party. Junko hasn't tried her best, and that's exactly why I could win. But next time I'll be against Reimu, whatever she's going to do. I believe she's just doing it for the sake of Jinsokyo. After all, she's been guarding it for many years. Neither strength nor knowledge of Jinsokyo. Do I have more than her? Plus, even if she has decided to work things out in her way, I won't sleep too well if I finish her. Everyone's doing their own staffs? Everyone's doing things for their own reasons. Reimu has a good intuition. Maybe she's not having conflicts with your solutions. Communication does work even between different people. Reimu's definitely different from other people you fought against after all. And the difference is that you're both fighting for others' happiness. Though you two may have different ideas about who are the others. Reimu's for the whole of Jinsokyo, so what about you? Who are you protecting? What makes you brave enough to face someone undefeatable like Junko directly? The only thing you need to do is speak your real thoughts, after a brief head-to-head. The answer is there, within you. Undecorated real thoughts may seem to be childish, but often the most touching. Not sophisticated as you are, it will be a good choice to communicate in a simple manner. As unsophisticated as you are, Reimu somehow is the same type. She's straightforward, so she should respond well to a motivation as simple as yours. And you can't just make it to flatter a devoted soul and into what you want. So Tenshi for vital affairs. Not the art of the language, but rather facts and sincerity that'll work. By the way, Byakuren, could you tell me what the rest of the 97% of the energy within the magic fragment can benefit? I feel like I've missed a million. It's already too hard to cherish what you've got. Be careful not to lose the rest of the 3%. Sorry, but I can't feel the so-called sincerity in you. Don't you have anything for me? You're speaking to an elder with 1,000 years experience in enchanting magics. Please mind your words unless you can find someone more qualified. Sorry for my impatience and politeness. Thank you. I don't feel like I've actually gotten anything for these. Like, these don't feel like they've done anything. I'm missing 2. If I get 3 on this next level. I know I'm missing 1 in Hata's level. Where else am I missing 1? Right, Misty Lake, because it's the one that I have to get smacked with by the tentacle and get flung at. What's wrong with you, Raisin? She's been freaking sent on every one of these objectives. Have you prophesized that we must have a fight against Reimu? I don't wanna, but I have no choice. I've accompanied you for a long time. How can I miss the outcome of your story? You can continue from the experience about you and the red-haired Shinigami. You're so hardworking.
I'd like to invite you to Miss Dia's barbecue restaurant. Barbecue tastes really delicious. Stop pretending to be a good guy, you celestial bastard. I'll have to hit the bathroom. Actually, I might pop ad break early to hit the bathroom. So give me one.
Alright. We can make big progress one day. You can go and talk with Byakuran, and you can say how you were persuaded. By the way, Iku and Reimu... Wait, what? Go to the moon just for the help of Junko. Wait, what? No, I don't want to see the Buddhist. I'd rather talk with Junko. Brown piss. All the DLC characters. I do wish I could preview what their alt outfits look like. Please take a seat inside. The place is so well decorated. No different in your eyes, but please imagine it to be a luxury restaurant. Appreciate ya. Can't be better made because it's a masterpiece by me. Made by our perfectly elegant maids, so there's no reason to be bad. You'll get a higher salary this month. Would you mind me dressing up in a costume I made last time and let me take a photo with you? What did she give her? What outfit did she put her in? The aside from the, you know, botched English, freaking. She's saying that it doesn't resemble actual clothes. What kind of costume is that? A very stylish costume. Come here and you can try it on for free. Black Saki is attempting to do something, she's teleported away by White Tenchi. Don't listen to that girl. Have a taste of the barbecue. Welcome, Miss Tenchi. You can enjoy a 10% off for your first order. I remember it should be 80% off, right? Technically, since she allowed for you to make the thing in the first place, it was supposed to be free for the first order, wasn't it? Take advantage of the bad memory of a bird yokai. You came back really fast. Hit me that you said 10% off. What a bad memory I have. To make up for my mistake, it's on me today. Enjoy yourselves before the incident is resolved. Kebabs. Only 80 cents? For a 10% discount, that's freaking... Chav? Was this translated by a Brit? I've only ever heard the Brits use that term. I didn't even know what it meant until a freaking Brit told, or like, because there was a friend that I had way back when, who, I shortened their name to Chav once, and then everyone's like, you should not refer to them as that. And I'm like, why? What is it? I looked it up, and it's like, what is the actual... derogatory slang term used to describe a lower class young person. Antisocial behavior, sports where specific speech patterns over time associated with language patterns absorb terms. So it's sort of like the, it's the British version of a gopnik. Oh, hey, look, freaking go onto the video for Gopnik, and there's a recommended video for Chavs. That's funny. Why is she freaking using British slang, though? Hey Hydra, how you doing tonight? Okay, she doesn't have any special dialogue for this portion. Give me one moment. I need to take care of something real quick that is really bugging me.
We are under attack!
Alright, much better. Hey Aura, how you doing tonight? What were you up to? For some reason... my shadow doesn't tell me what you were doing today? Is that the just chatting thing then? Were you just chatting? Roblox. That's weird. Then why didn't the raid message say that you were doing Roblox? Because anything that's a game category, unless you didn't have yourself in a category, that's also a possibility. Well, multi-streaming shouldn't break that. Yeah, it's possible. That's my best guess. But let me pop over to this, which then allows me to manually pop over to this. For those joining in, I'm Nasu Amaya. I'm an Dimensional Archives fugitive from the world of Syncope. I'm also an artist. I drew and rigged all my own models. I also do a lot of fan art. I did all my own assets and all my emotes. And today we're doing Two Who's for Two Who Tuesday. And we are nearing the end, question mark? We have like one fight left. Oh my god. What do I have set? Range defense? I don't know what I'm gonna run into. Recharge rate is fine. Sure. The constant regeneration does not make up for the amount of damage that I take in any given hit. The constant regeneration also doesn't seem to work half the time. Either that or I have way too much shield for it to be noticeable. I'll just keep raising it first. Oh, Lord. What is this place? I'll never find Reimu here. Can you give me a map? There's no way to get a map here. Are you hoping this one will drop from the sky or something? How are we supposed to get between these? Is this going to work like the frogs? We have a radar detector in heaven, so you can always give me a real-time map easily. Oh, can we use a deer? No. I sense a direction in a complex portal-based dungeon. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! These are portals? Oh, dear. VOD watch has skipped to 3 hours. How many hours are we at right now? An hour and 16 minutes? Yeah, VOD watch has skipped to 3 hours. I don't really feel like budging. Come on, it's not like Reimu will be that unwilling to see us, with us solving the incidents together in the past. Let's get moving then. Might figure it out if we walk around a bit. Wait, so... if Marissa's who we're getting given, like, to talk with at the beginning here, why do we not have her as our default, like, partner. Since it's so cramped in here, it probably won't be many monsters, so let's go. Since we're so near to the end, I think we should keep quiet here. Doubt noise is going to be a problem around these parts. Oh, fuck! Ooh, patchy. Definitely take you. And an Alice? You spoil me. Can't wait to die here. There we go. Maurice, not the most useful for how I'm playing. You know, until I find out that at the end of this, I'm going to need Marissa to dodge half of Reimu's attacks. Interesting that the dolls have to move in real time when we teleport, though. Ow. No, not the Master Spark! Okay. Noted. Oh, that's an Alice. I want you. And an Oku. Not bad, not bad. Kill the Master Spark Fairy. Okay, you're another Master Spark Fairy. I really don't want to... Cool. That's just going to take us up there, isn't it? Yeah. Jesus Christ. They've also been... I believe the... No, maybe that's not new. I'm not sure. I'm so used to worrying about the Master Spark that I don't know if they actually already had the Junko attack. Oh! I got barrel stuffed. Can I please have... Ow! What hit me? Hinoku. Not bad. And an Alice. Good duo. Nope, no Master Spark. Almost forgot about you. Nope, no Master Spark. Bugger off. I really wish that my stun actually freaking worked as well as theirs did. And Alice right off the bat, not bad. Apache. Not too bad. I thought that I was on my stone, but okay. Explode. Bitch. I can't get barrel stuffed if they freaking aren't alive to barrel stuff me. Oh my god. You know, I really wish that they were right about there not being monsters, because all I'm getting now is lack of ability to freaking maneuver, and I don't have the damage output to actually, like, do them in fast enough to deal. What? How did that hit me? Are the entire radius of the freaking big bubbles actually damaging? That's not how that's supposed to work. Man, I really wish I could get a drop or something. Can I get, like, another character? Okay, well, you know, I did ask for another character. I guess that I'll have to just deal with it being a Mystia. I will take a Cherno, actually. This Cherno has speed, at least. Ow, I didn't realize you were still alive. She has some okay range, and she has pretty fast attack. I thought that I could move fast enough out of that after I killed her. I keep forgetting these two dudes are here for some reason. They just give me two, like, right out the gate. Maybe a Maurice isn't too bad for this. I can't believe my Master Spark won out on that. I did not think I had the health to freaking tank that enough to... win that Master Spark duel. Didn't have it on the second one, because I had taken damage beforehand. Can I get, like, a character that I want to use? I will accept a Cherno. Goddamn barrel stuff fairy. Oh my god, I didn't realize that I couldn't back up, dude. The readability of those areas just freaking kinda bad, dude. Yeah. Istia's main attack's not terrible, I guess. It has some alright range. Leaves a bit to be desired in the... damage output. I love how, like, any obstacle at all freaking... even if it's an obstacle below, blocks my line of attack, but it has to specifically be a certain height freaking attack in order to block theirs. I don't know why she just decided that she needed to be held in order to freaking... Ugh. I mean, yeah. Even, like, on my shorter stream days, you're well within time. Ooh, I am in a bad fucking spot, dude. I don't know what I just flung off the edge, but sure. God, that was bad. How did I miss? Explode. Oh, fuck. Destroy the Master Spark Fairy, please. Yeah, I did. It was cute. I don't know what I want to spawn as right now. I don't want to be where I'm at, though, right now. That's not the one I wanted to use. I wanted to use my wind attack. Alright, well, we survived this area. What fresh hell is in the next area? Even more enemies! Yippee! Please kill them faster! Oh. I would like a checkpoint game. Yo. I can. What do you need? Alright, let's try and do some of this. Fucking hell? Oh my fucking god. Trying to navigate this place is gonna suck, dude. Can I freaking aim? Well, I guess not when I freaking get hit from like a mile away from the actual projectile. I hide? I'm not hiding! My projectiles get blocked by everything. Their fucking projectiles just decide that they're gonna hit me no matter where I'm at. Okay, going to the far end puts me here instead, with fewer freaking jumps needed. What about this one? It's Master Spark Fairy. I can deal with the freaking purple fairies. I cannot deal with the freaking Master Spark fairies. Here, maybe? Oh, at least put me with a fairy that I could deal with. Oh, fucking hell. Almost squashed to death by monsters, but can finally meet up with Rainbow. Based on what we've encountered so far, it seems like we're not exactly welcome. But I suppose we don't have any other choice. Really, is Ramu? It's been a while. What exactly is going on? Oh, look who's here. What are you doing here in such a large entourage? Are you here looking for a fight? No time for your games right now. There's just an ongoing incident, you know. Here for the same reason the outside world caused this incident, right? Yeah, and that's why I've been so troublesome. Would have been great if we solved this in one big brawl, just like the good old days. Have you found a solution yet? Yes. So you can go home at ease. Jinsoki will be fine. How'd you find it? Tell me, please. When did you become so meddlesome? I just told you everything's gonna be fine. Just go back to being the normal celestial you are. If Reimu says so, it'll be alright. She won't lie when it comes to incidents. What'll happen if Jinsoki is sealed? What about the Phantoms? Is Jinsoki really okay? Is Celestial caring about others? Yeah, I picked that up recently, so mind it. The change of behavior. Nothing will change in Jinsoki. I'm just doing my job. But what about these those outside Jinsoki? Are we going to ignore all the plight now? It's not Jinsokyo's responsibility to take them. Besides, do you have a better idea? Jinsokyo wasn't a safe place to begin with. Besides, not everything that comes brings evil. Looks like we can't be on the same page. I just want to protect Jinsokyo, that's all. Jinsokyo isn't the only thing I want to protect. Let me make you your work harder, Hakurei Shrine Maiden. Ah, fuck! Okay, fuck yourself! Just fucking one-shots me. Phase 2 is what I'm worried about. Alright. Go on the defense. Good fucking lord, dude. I'm a fucking idiot! I have to start all the way over, don't I? Son of a bitch. Alright, well, it'll take... Hopefully I can get to Reimu in a reasonable pace this time. Go to this one. This takes me here. I think it was this one that I took. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Okay, fuck you. Come on. Shit, I don't remember which one of these is the one. Okay, this seems right. Oh my fucking god. I don't know why Oku's freaking attacks were not... Like, Oku's attacks were staying right at her feet. I think that this this area might be a little fucky coding wise. Freaking insta-killed me with the freaking Master Spark the moment it came out. Can I freaking... I guess not. Fucking bounced between two of them. I'm gonna kill myself. If I swear, if the enemies actually had the same rules as me, this game would not be nearly as frustrating. But no, I'm the only one that has to deal with the fact that I can't freaking attack if I've got an enemy freaking within 7 miles of me. I keep forgetting this platform even exists. I keep thinking that I'm going to go to the freaking... I do kind of wish that the dolls weren't like physical entities that had to freaking move on their own. I also really wish that I knew why Oku's... I mean, I think I know why. It's because I'm freaking... No, it can't be that I'm above the ceiling because I went up this time and I freaking died anyway. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freaking lose it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just stressed, dude. Give me one moment. Alright, we give it one more attempt to try and get up to Reimu, and then... if we haven't made it back to Reimu... I'm going to go and pick up Ray, and then we'll probably do a little bit of Enfield or something. Or maybe we yap, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I want to move away from here, otherwise I'm going to get freaking Master Sparks. Jesus, I could not freaking get... That is such a bad spot to have. Alright, I guess we'll finish this next week. Or if I feel like actually picking this back up. I don't know, it depends on how I'm feeling when I get back from picking up Ray, I guess. Right now I'm just fucking stressed. So let me... I'm moving this over to just chatting just in case I feel like yapping when I get back. I'm not ending, but... I'm just gonna roll a die this time. Ray it is. Let me... put you over here. We do this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been
You know the rules. Behave yourselves while I'm
far
away.
too long since my last VTuber Revolt, but I have my computer all set up now, and I am able to actually get back to doing this. That being said, for those that are new here, welcome to VTuber Vault. This is a show where I interview friends and VTubers and people that I think either deserve more recognition or that I just plain look up to in general, or any combination of that above. Today I am joined by Rhea. If you would like more information, there will periodically be their socials that will come up onto the screen and in both the chats. There's also the command, which is tied to both of the titles. That being said, without further ado, let's get into this. I suppose to start us off, would you like to introduce yourself properly?
Sure. My name's Ray Aiken. I'm a Tressum Moon Spirit VTuber. Currently, I think my second year of VTubing right now. And yeah, I'm kind of low energy, comfy, do kind of comfy games. A little bit on like the horny side every once in a while, but
Every once in a while, she says.
shut up. But yeah, that's me. I don't usually play a lot of high energy games. I like just kind of chilling and vibing and stuff like that. So
Especially considering your full-time job winds up
yeah,
leading to...
yeah, I work a full-time job with VTubing, doing anywhere between 40 and 80 hours a week.
And you're actually one of the rare ones that's in like a STEM branch kind of thing, because you're in chemistry, correct?
Yeah, chemistry. Yeah.
Obviously won't go into too much detail, because then we start drifting into potential docs territory, because
Oh no, it's
It's-
fine.
probably a more direct company kind of deal for your local area, based off of what you said you do.
It's a contractor, so we're based in a lot of places, but I'm kind of like at my local branch, so.
Mm-hmm. But that does lead to you winding up having a bit of a interesting schedule.
Yeah, there's a lot of weeks where I basically have to be like, scheduled to be announced, basically, because I don't know when I'm gonna be going out of town for a job or not. So it's basically just I don't really know until I get home at the end of the day.
And then also, you might just get like a job that pops up all of a sudden, or be night
Right.
shifts, or dead tired because of the amount of work that you wind up doing.
Yeah, even if I'm working day shift and if I'm like out of town working, I'm in a hotel, so the internet's bad. I can't stream anyway. But even if I could, like I'm usually working like 12-hour shifts, so I'm usually just zero energy when I get back home.
And unlike my 12-hour, yours isn't actually split up into rolling twos with weekends. Yours is it's however long we need you.
Yeah, it's 12 hours a day when I'm out of town, which I'm not like out of town that often, but when I am, it's usually for like a week or two at a time.
Hey,
But
Sukuna,
it's
how
12
you doing
hours a
tonight?
day. Hi. It's 12 hours a day every day until it's done, basically. So
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah. So, but usually when I like most of the time, I'm just like in my local area, just doing stuff like 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. So I can usually fit in a few streams during the week that way.
And then also D&D on the weekends.
Right, Saturday.
You know, when we don't have a break that has to happen due to one of us having something happen.
Yeah. But
But
actually,
we have been
like
making good progress recently.
like one of the reasons I can actually do stuff like this week is because I took this week off, so I actually got some vacation.
Yep,
is
which is
nice.
why I decided to take this opportunity to snipe you for this, so that,
Yeah.
you know, it could actually happen. I had intended to, as my chat knows, actually get you, like, right after your debut. Unfortunately, my PC, well, It Cascade failed multiple times during just chatting, so I didn't trust
Oh,
it.
jeez, that's terrible.
Yeah. But here we are now, actually being able to do it, so.
Yeah. Hey, look at us. Look at us.
Speaking of which, though, would you like to tell everyone a bit more about your model parents and the like? Because I know that you're friends with at least one of them.
Sure. So, it's a little complicated. So my first version of my model, was done by Maya.
Mm-hmm.
She helped kind of reconstruct my existing model, which was originally constructed by Reco. Um, and basically for my light 2D, like like beauty markup, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
I got Maya to kind of go over my design and add some new stuff because she knows a lot about designing models and stuff, so I wanted her input. So once we got that and we got an actual ref sheet, Rimu did my model art, which she also did Haruka Caribou's. I think her last model, not her current one, but her last one.
Ooh. I mean, her current one, I think she's using the sleepy chibi model, I believe.
Right, yeah. And then Hime did my rigging. Hime is done. She's from Iru Studio. She does a lot of stuff. So.
And that's how your model siblings with Mural, right? Because Hime's also Mural's model mama.
Yep.
You also kind of did need a bit of a glow up due to IRL related stuff. Bringing the model more to how you had evolved IRL, because between the two you had actually had your egg cracked.
Yeah, so I came out as well, it's again kind of complicated. So I always kind of knew I was a little different for a long time, since I was probably 9 or 10.
I know that at least as far back as, because you told the story about the Japan trip, where you snuck out into the Love Hotel.
Right, yeah. But yeah, long story short, I was assigned male at birth, and probably around 13 or 14, I started to realize that I wasn't what everyone was pushing on me as far as normal gender norms. And then I think it took me until 2 years ago, 3 years ago. For me to
2,
actually,
I believe it was, yeah.
For me to actually realize I was just trans, so.
And then Mural and I had basically Mural obviously did before because you told her first, but we both kind of had a similar reaction of, oh, I knew.
Right, Mural gave me a lot of shit for it. It's just, I talked to her and a lot of other people in our community for guidance and advice and stuff. And all of them basically collectively were just fucking come out already. Just, it's inevitable.
Mural's actually how I found out that I fit more, if for getting an actual label, fit more into gray. Because she described it as, oh, you don't feel any particular pull to either side, but you also aren't pulled away from either one of them, so you're not directly non-binary. It's just the entire spectrum is gray area. And then obviously for A, marketing, and B, for ease of anyone that doesn't get into the meat and grits of all of the different things, I just label myself as femboy for visual ease.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Mural has a good way of getting you to realize why you're asking questions by asking you questions. It's So I think it was I won't go into like too much detail about what she said because there was a lot of
Oh, you
like,
suddenly
really
got...
personal.
Oh, no, never mind. That's just on my side because I accidentally hit my headset.
Oh wait, you good?
Yeah, I thought that you got really loud all of a sudden, but no, when I was adjusting my hair, I accidentally bumped my
Oh,
headset.
okay. But yeah, so basically just like ask these like 3 questions like in sequence, and like at the end, I was like, wait, oh, I get it, you know.
Oh.
So I had a lot of really great friends and support with trying to figure out stuff about myself. So
Who else have you had in particular? I know, like, obviously I know Muriel because she's like the big one that has come on a few different times and mentioned it.
mm,
And obviously, also around the same time as a result, I did an art piece like celebrating. She also went like public with the fact that she's also trans.
hmm yeah. So the other biggest kind of person who helped me was Clover,
Mm-hmm.
Clover and Ari.
Oh, love
Um,
Clover.
I talked to them. Um, I talked to them for a little bit, but they also had some really great advice and helped me understand a few things and just kind of made me
Mm-hmm.
feel normal. Because one of the biggest things about trying to figure out like what you are is the fear that you're like not normal and everyone's gonna like look at you weird and
Oh
you're like an
yeah.
anomaly. So having people in your friend group to like normalize you is really important, and Clover is really good at that.
Especially like when you have I consider myself very lucky. I've had a very accepting family for like all that stuff, at least my immediate family. There's
Mhm.
a few off comments by like uncles and whatnot that but like my father is very, very accepting and whatnot, and my
Yeah,
mother
that's good.
was absolute sweetheart and absolutely like supportive of everything.
Yeah,
But
that's great. I'm good to hear that.
I know that not everyone is as lucky. Like, I know that Muriel had to get on your case about how, like, you're not the problem constantly because you are not nearly as lucky in that department.
Yeah, so with the exception of my sister, which my
Mm-hmm.
sister's been like oh man, I don't even know if I'd be here if it weren't for my sister, but
Oh, yeah, I know
um
that you said that you're very close to your sister, and that I believe you said you both started hormones at the same time, correct?
oh no, my sister never did hormones. She's totally
Oh.
just straight, you know.
I,
But
I thought that you mentioned something, or was it that she took you to, like, the appointments and whatnot? I don't remember what it was. I just remember that she was very supportive, and you mentioned her directly at some point.
yeah, I mean, she helped me go to like appointments with like hormone doctors and stuff like that. Kind of as cover because like my parents were not on board at all. They were like
Oh yeah.
super not into that stuff. And it was to the point where we both knew that if they found out, I probably would have been kicked to the curb and just ostracized. And I couldn't do that yet because I was like 14. Um,
Yeah.
and I couldn't have survived on my own. So my sister did a really good job of kind of helping cover for me in a lot of instances.
She was throwing out the chaff so that the missiles didn't lock on.
Exactly. Yeah, she was chaff. Um, but yeah, like my I don't really have a lot of family other than my parents and my sister and my niece.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like my parents were not great. I don't really talk to them anymore for a lot of reasons, and it took me a lot of um tries at forgiveness to realize that they just weren't worth it, and it was just better to just
Yeah,
move
because
on.
I do
So
remember several times Muriel like getting on your case about you were giving them too many chances for how little they respect your decisions and whatnot.
yeah, I remember that one that one time in the middle of stream where I was like, "Shut the fuck up! Like, don't fucking listen! Like, I'm so tired of you talking about this." Like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, because like it's hard, right? Because like they're like your parents, right? So you want to um have a relationship with them, and you want them to approve of you, but that sometimes just can't happen, and sometimes that it's hard to realize that until it's like really, really, really too late. But
Yeah. And then like part of the thing because I ironically watched a VR chat related video about this. Is the why the pipeline exists is because you're so because it was 14 years you said until you like started being brought into like being able to properly express yourself thanks to your sister being accepting and whatnot. So you've got 14 years of like the indoctrination, and I believe you said that ironically the Japan trip was because you were going to like, I don't remember if it was a Christian, it was some religious school if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's like a private religious high school, yeah.
But like you're so far ingrained in your brain for 14 years that you're like, oh, well, there's no way that I could possibly be X, Y, or Z. That would be weird. That's what all of the adults have said for my entire life. And then you finally get like into areas that accept you for who you are, and you don't know how to comprehend that exactly as like accepting yourself. So until you get to that point, you're like, oh, it turned me into this. And then eventually everyone's like, no. It's just the fact that you are able to properly express yourself now.
Yeah, I guess a little bit like that. Like, for me, like, yeah, it was like 14 years of that, but it went way past that. And it like there was even though like I was kind of breaking out of the mold at like 14 or so, there was a lot of stuff that was pushed into my brain, like politically and stuff like that, that
Yeah.
didn't start to work itself out until like my like 19 or 20, like that late.
I'd assume that until you were able to like fully move out, it was at the very least partially pushing around trying to keep you in that box they wanted you to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, thankfully my sister was like my anchor, and she was there to kind of remind me of like don't basically she would just keep reminding me like don't let them like gaslight you into thinking you're like this because you're not, and you know you're not. But yeah, and then basically around the time my sister had my niece and the time we kind of moved out, we both were able to like really like normalize everything, and it just that I think that was like the start of like the healing process, or I guess the deconstruction, I guess if you want to call it that.
And then obviously you have like the found family with like Mural as a big example, and you mentioned Clover also helped you along your path, and all like people that were able to help you accept you instead of the box that you were kept in.
Yeah, I mean, even when before that, like the first VTuber I ever watched was Okayu, and she's always been my Kamiyoshi. And at first, I thought I wouldn't really fit in because like most of the people who were in that community were like only spoke Japanese. But there was like once I figured out there was like a huge English following, I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of led to that, and then I found Haruka Caribou, and I was in her streams like every day for like 2 years, and it was like one after another, and like each time, like each year after like I would be in someone's community, I would just like slowly like become like I felt myself be happier, just because I was in a community that wasn't judgmental and was like very accepting, and it was like I don't know what would have happened to me if I didn't find the VTubing community. I would have been really messed up, but
Yeah.
it really helped me come out of my shell and kind of
In more
normalize
ways
myself.
than one.
Yeah. So.
But you have gotten like your fingers into quite a few communities. Because you mentioned Clover, you mentioned Haruka. I don't know how like ingrained you got into like Haruka and whatnot, because I know that unless you're like early on in like big people, sometimes you're like not like deep into it. Like I know that some wind up having more what's the word I'm looking for? Interconnected communities among them.
Yeah, like
But I know that once you entered our little like sphere, you you spread into like all the communities really quickly.
Oh yeah, it was great. Like the indie community was amazing. Like it started with Haruka, like I said, but it was like way before. I think this was like 2018, 2019. Like
Oh,
when she
early.
started. Like she would like this is like back when she had like 1 or 200 viewers, like max during a stream,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there every day. Um, and then that led me to find out about Iron Mouse because like Iron Mouse was in her community too. Um, and then randomly she Haruka raided Maya, and I just kind of stuck there to the point where I'm like their mod, and that's like my main Oshi right now. Like I
And
would say my
then
my English
obviously
Oshi.
you share a lot of interesting stories because I was around for the professor story, but apparently, according to Maya, you have quite a few other stories that you've shared around, at least with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The professor story and the hotel story are both like probably the biggest ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Like a lot happens whenever you're sexually repressed for almost 20 years, and you finally figure out who you are, and then you're like you feel free, and you just want to like try everything. So.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, though, like since it is kind of like related to both parts of that, and I guess I kind of know the answer to a certain degree because you did have to make an announcement about this a while back, but especially related to like Haruka and them, I know someone that was really bad about it, but between obviously being a VTuber and being one of the more sexually open kind of deals, have you had to deal with a lot of like parasocialism?
Thankfully, no. I've had a few weirdos, but it's very few and far between.
Hmm.
It's like that's it's like those people like, whoa, you got great tits, and like, I want your number, and like, okay, man, you know.
I
Hasn't really
thankfully
gotten
scare
bad,
them off with my big masculine voice. I've
right?
gotten so many comments due to the goblin where it has increased the comments of, oh, there's a full-grown man behind that avatar. So many more of those because I have tits, and it's like, you're not a real woman. And it's like, I'm also
Yeah.
not a real goblin, dumbass.
And this isn't like a pivot or anything, but it's actually kind of made me realize how far along I've gotten in like my vocal therapy and stuff, and like
Mm-hmm.
my HRT and stuff. Because I remember there was this one time on stream, there was like something like that. It was like right when I debuted, and there was this weirdo who was kind of like straight up hitting on me, and I
Oh
went to
yeah.
do that thing where I like switched to like my deep voice, but then like I switched it and like hurt to do it. I was like, wait,
Ooh.
oh, wait, that's a good thing. I mean, it's changing. And I was like, so, and then like that like immediately was all I can think about, and that just made me so happy. I was like, grats to this random weirdo troll for just making me feel the happiest I've ever been all year. Like, you know.
Because you got the realization that your vocal cords have adapted more for
Mm-hmm.
what I call it the true voice, like the actual like how you perceive yourself kind of deal,
Mm-hmm.
rather than your assigned voice or however it is. Because I don't know exactly what the proper terms are for any of that, but I go with like what I best feel mentally on that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's just whatever you feel like. It's no real such thing as like masculine and feminine, in my opinion. It's just like whatever tone you feel most comfortable with. There's plenty of
That's a
women who
good
have
way to
deep
put it.
voices, and there's plenty of men who have high pitched voices. So it doesn't really matter. It's just whatever you feel most aligned with.
Also, how you doing tonight, Soren?
Hey, Soren, what's up?
I do.
But yeah,
Let me read this comment. I'm sorry, Suk and I got
dead
lost
voice.
in the
Oh my God.
sauce. Most of the chat until we get to the actual chat segment will probably be a bit slow on the response because we'll be yapping. Help me out with my trans stuff because she keeps pushing on to get me ready for bottom surgery, and the way she's saying it gets me nervous because it's 2 weeks away, and I don't want to go back on it because it's something I push to get it forever, but now she's telling me all the bad stuff about it. Actually, Rhea, you're probably a good example of someone that can, like, fill Sukuna in on that, because if I recall correctly, you have gone through, like, the full recovery afterward of your bottom surgery, correct?
Yeah, I would say at this point it's fully recovered. There's still like a couple of side effects. I wouldn't really call them side effects, but I got it done in December of last year, so it's been almost a year now. And my sister helped me pay for it because it was hella fucking expensive.
Oh, yeah, I can
Um,
imagine.
And I would say that like it's important to know the negatives of it, um, what will change, what can't change, and what might change are very important things to know. So you don't get any false ideas about what's going to happen and you start regretting it later. It's something you definitely want to be sure about. It was something I was definitely sure about. But as far as telling you like all the bad stuff about it, it's like I said, it's good to know all the things that could happen, like all the risks and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that your doctor's trying to exactly talk you out of it, more so just being like, here's like possibilities for bad because professionally I have to do this.
Yeah,
Just
I mean
in
they're
case.
under, yeah, they have a big liability issue if they don't tell you about all that stuff, and it's like a legal thing, and it's already kind of like taboo about that subject anyway, so they can get like really bad PR and you know, all that nonsense. So
But everyone that I know of that has gone through it has said that their recovery was relatively quickly, at least as far as like getting back up and moving and being like functional.
yeah, I'd
And
say. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
they're quite happy with how it like came out, like appearance wise as well.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I was able to basically just walk around and do all that good stuff within 3 weeks, I'd say. I still need to be careful and stuff and not like stretch myself too physically
Yeah.
at work, but it's not gonna leave you like bedridden for like months and months and months. So
I think that
um,
Violet said that hers took about a month before she was like able to move around, but that's a combination of her doctor wanted to be like dead certain that none of the stitching or anything was going to be a problem, and also she's got a few medical issues just base, so it was a little bit longer.
yeah, I would say like in general it's about like 3 weeks to a month. For like general recovery, and then like total recovery, I'd say I'd be generous and say that like full recovery, like full recovery, is like probably a year.
Yeah, that sounds
And
about
that's not
right.
to say that like you can't do anything or you have like stitches or open wounds. Like it's pretty much all healed up at that point, but it's still like your skin is still thin from the healing,
Yeah.
and so it's susceptible to tearing and stuff if you're not careful.
It's still got some sensitive. I mean, it's already a sensitive area because it's the area with like the most nerves, but it's also still like in the healing process of
Right,
like a
yeah.
major change, so it's got extra sensitivity.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Because like there was
I have
like
no idea if it also
literally,
comes with like the positive extra sensitivity, but like
from what I hear, you can't get as much as if you were like born with it.
interesting.
Think that kind of depends, though. For me, I can definitely say it's sensitive enough to get the job done. Like, if it was more sensitive, it'd probably be uncomfortable.
I know
So,
that and I'm going to say close friends with benefits, because they prefer not to publicly be named, because they know that there's some chasers that drift around here. But they, I know, also have like all the bells and whistles, and freaking it's perfectly fine with their level of sensitivity.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid I would have almost no sensitivity at all, but I was very pleasantly surprised. But I was just amazed. Like, those kind of surgeries have come a long way. Like, I was surprised at how well it looked after. Like, after everything healed up, like, it basically looks just like a normal one, you know?
Oh yeah.
But I'm definitely glad that that kind of surgery has come a long way and had a lot of advancements and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about getting it botched or anything, as long as it's like a accredited doctor and stuff.
We are far from the years of whatever the one case was way back when, where, sorry, we botched the circumcision, now we're going to try this with an experimental type of surgery.
Oh,
because that was like, what, the fucking 20s or something like that? Obviously, 100 years. Surprise, surprise. A big difference.
Was that study they did on that person, that where they like botched their circumcision? So they basically just, the doctor basically just told them to like raise them as a girl.
And then they were like, they sued the doctor. They were pissed at their family for hiding it from them, because they, obviously, since they were cis, they had dysphoria their entire life.
Yeah, it was a really sad situation that thankfully gave us a lot of insight about how gender dysmorphia and gender dysphoria works. As far as like an academic sense, but it was just really sad what happened to that person.
Oh, speaking of the academics of it, one of my favorite fun facts is, I don't know if you've ever heard of this study, but apparently decade or two ago, there was actually a study where they found out that transgender individuals actually have brain structure that matches more with their perceived gender more than their assigned gender.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is like a brain function. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's that much difference between, like, a lot of people try to do studies like the difference between the male and the female brain, you know, but there's not really that much difference there. But there's a big difference with like gender stuff is in your brain. Like, you can hook yourself up to like a cardiogram and like study it. Like, you can look at it, you know, you can see which kind of sections of the brain light up in certain scenarios. Like, it's a real thing. Like, it's not just imaginary, you know. Bioessentialism, yeah, that's a big one. People tend to kind
I'm
of
not
slip
familiar
into,
with that.
yeah.
What is bioessentialism?
It's basically what people say. It's like a big criticism. It's basically saying that like, if you don't have this chromosome, you can't be this, or like if you don't have this feature, you can't be this, you know. Which my big thing about that, I think his name is I don't listen to a lot of like big debate stuff, but there's this guy named Jovan Bradley, and he does a lot of podcast stuff with like call-in show stuff. And the way he describes it is pretty interesting. It basically just describes it as like a necessary what's it called? It's like a necessary condition. It's like if you're going to restrict a person from a category, what is the condition that you're restricting them by? And then that condition must have no exceptions. It's like, so if someone says like, you can't be a woman because you don't have a vagina.
Oh, like the And this is the only time that this is going to be the only time I'm going to mention anything political related, but at the beginning of the year when they tried to designate what a legally what a woman versus a man was, and they scientifically wound up saying that everyone's a woman because
Yeah.
in the creation of the embryo,
Yeah.
you start off as a woman and then the Y chromosome takes over if you have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like big versus small gametes. Yeah.
Which is why you have that little seam in the testicles for all of my testicle havers out there is because that is the dropout and then sealing up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, it's just, especially when people are like, you must have this to be a woman. And then it's like, okay, what about all these other people that you also call women who don't have this, you know? They're like, oh, well, that's just an anomaly. Well, but a necessary condition can't have any exceptions. So, you know, it's like, oh, well, you must have a vagina to be a woman. Okay, what about these women who have vaginal agenesis, who's just born without any genitals at all? Like, what are they? Like, oh, that's just an anomaly. Like, that anomaly is not gender. Like, come on. You know?
That's a... How does that exactly work? Do you have... Like, do they still have a urethra that, like, comes out and they just don't have, like, the actual structure around it, or...?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on each person, I guess. I don't know a lot about it, to be honest, to be able to know for sure. It probably just depends on I mean, it's already pretty rare thing, so I'm sure it just depends on person to person, but yeah,
that's
all
true,
that is
and
just to say that,
intersex has a lot of areas.
yeah, it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's a gray area, but it's a lot of different kinds of people fit in that group, and so it's a lot of different circumstances.
I mean, it in general is going to be like a thing because, I mean, we're still dealing with X, Y, and Z as far as, like, everything in the water and whatnot, from, like, lead way back when in the air to freaking microplastics and X, Y, and Z that even, like, for, and I'm going to put this in massive quotes, normal, there's deviation in how genetically everything goes. You take other things into account and you're just going to have... There is no way to just neatly put it into columns like everyone wants to try and do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a social construct, so by its nature, it can't be one thing or the other. Like, it has to be a spectrum of it's socially constructed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I guess just getting back to your original point, like, yeah, I was, we were talking about, like, you know, VTuber communities and feeling more welcome and stuff. Like, yeah, I learned a lot about both, like, trans people and myself, just by being in the community. Like, it was like exposure therapy, like hearing from people that, like, I otherwise never would have heard from.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just a big wide open community. Like, obviously there's bad parts, there's good parts, but overall, like, it just kind of opened my eyes to, like, possibilities, like new information, like just like feeling more normal, I guess. So
I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, it's got good and bad parts, like, because it's less a community to a certain degree and more of a medium at this point, just due to how much it's expanded. So obviously you're going to have, like, the individual little niches, and obviously, like, you're going to have what we talked about the good parts, but then you've also got, like, some of the bad parts. Like, I mean, this week alone, freaking the pointing out some of the people that just go, oh, I'm just going to use VTubing as a method of dating, or blah, 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 this, blah. Like, really? Dating apps cost, like, a quarter of that amount, and even if you use them for a year.
yeah, I don't know. It's That's one of the bad things about having your community like grow that big is that it eventually just opens a door for bad people. But
Yeah.
I would say overall, like, the VTuber community as a whole is better off than it was before. Like both, like we're more understanding of indies now. I'd say before, like it was way more corporate because like indies weren't really a thing back then.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And then obviously like that has like idle stuff and whatnot, which I don't know exactly like what the trigger point is, but I know that at least for Hollow specifically, the Indonesian branch got like Ollie was a big one where she would be like, "Hey, I want to talk to these like indies and whatnot," and she would talk to them. She'd talk to like Joel and Iron Mouse and other people outside, and she did really, really well as a result. And then Hollow's like, "Huh, that went really well.
yeah.
What if
And
we
now,
let these guys like a little more freedom?" And then we get to the point where we're like justice and whatnot now, where
But
Railroad was able to collab with Dia, Gigi Murray.
oh fucking hell, dude. Let us move over to this. I am probably just going to yap and maybe
Stop sniffing at my food. You moocher. Quit trying to mooch. Here. Me giving you a piece does not mean that you immediately get the rest. Alright. We might do a little bit of Enfield. I don't know. Or I might end, like, after I, yap a little bit. But the reason that I was a bit more on the stress side, like immediately after I disappeared for a little bit, is I got a surprise little your mortgage is you owe $800 by the middle of next month or fuck you. So, I guess that I'm running emergency commissions for a bit, and hoping that I get a call back from literally any of the places that I decided to apply to for, you know, a little bit of extra spending cash. So, that's gonna be interesting. Once again, freaking things are being put back a little bit. Let me look at something real quick. Hmm. Wait, I know how I can look this up. Never mind. I'm just stupid. August 25th. Okay, I do have that marked. But yeah. So I'm hoping that I don't know. I'm just it's not like bad. But having a number and a date freaking just thrown at me all of a sudden does stress me out. So I may just wind up, Can you stop sniffing at the chicken sandwich? You're such a scrounger. Yeah, maybe I do just, like, end in a minute. I've been doing really long streams recently, so ending a little early today probably isn't, like, terrible. It'll also allow me to do, like, a few behind-the-scenes things. Since normally, the moment that I'm done, I just kinda jump straight to, like, editing or recording or what have you. So maybe we run about 20 more minutes and then, or 10 more minutes, I don't know. Depends on which of these times I want to freaking use as my marker. I could use the what time it is, or I could use the how long we've been going time. I guess I'll play it a little by ear in that regard. Um... Yeah, maybe we do lean toward the 10 minutes. I don't know. My brain is mush right now, so I'm gonna pop onto Enfield for a little bit, I think, maybe. No, I don't. I'll just do that after stream. I don't care. I mean, there's always got to be, like, some stress point, I suppose, when it comes to... homeownery stuff. It's an unfortunate fact, but it is a fact nonetheless. We are nearly at our first 1K out of 3K in order to get, super chats and memberships and shit. On YouTube's end. So maybe we reach that by the end of the year, who knows? Let's see if there's anyone to raid. I don't know. Like I said, my brain's too mush. I'm not even really in a yappy kind of situation here. Let's see. Let me switch back to Toho so that I can... I'm going to assume that there's no one in the same category as me, because the category does say 2 viewers. We are looking like we're still on track to... finish Gay Tony tomorrow, and then... And then we'll have like a short break before we move on to GTA 5. I know that part of the thing is that it's like IRL stuff that's adding to it, but freaking... I'm reaching a little bit of GTA burnout. Then again, maybe we do just freaking go straight into GTA 5, like, next Monday or something. I don't know. It really depends on how I'm feeling. I mean, freaking what? We started, yeah, GTA 3, we started back in June. And by the end of this week, we'll be in August. So... technically, Elder Scrolls did last longer. But GTA 5 is also, like, quite big, so... it might be a few weeks of, it, considering I do about 2 streams a week. Of, whatever game we're on at the time. Good raid into Sandy. It's been a bit since I raided into her. I don't know. We did reach at about our extra 10 minutes, though, while I was looking through this. Keep an eye out for announcements, I suppose. There's a social, so you can join the Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, or follow me on Twitter to keep up to date and things such as when I go live, when we're going to live with, and art, like you see in the corner. Probably more art to be done soon. I do want to work on art on Thursday for the monthly Nasu. We'll do Gay Tony tomorrow. Thursday will be art. Friday will probably be Memolith. And we play it by ear from there. Thank you all so much for watching. And next week, hopefully, we'll be finishing Disappearing at Shinsokyo. Thank you, you know the rules, behave yourselves. I'm too mush-brained to actually give a proper thing. Love y'all, bye!